Alright guys, so I'm here at AutoZone. I got a 2004 Toyota Sienna. It's got the V6 3.3. What I'm going to be doing today is changing out the alternator. I'll be doing a couple videos here and putting them together. But basically what happened is last night I was driving. I drive for Lyft, and I was in the town north of here, or south of here rather, and it started warning me that there was an issue because my battery light came on the dash. And for those of you who do not know, I looked it up, and the battery light basically means that your charging system is not working. So your vehicle is running completely off of the battery when that light comes on. So it means basically the alternator is not putting out any charge. I also learned, tip, that if your alternator is working, after you start your car, you can actually disconnect the hot and neutral cables from your battery, and your car will keep running because the alternator is basically keeping the car running. So if you are not sure whether you're having a battery issue or an alternator issue, once you get your car started, if you disconnect this hot terminal, red terminal, and your car dies, then you definitely have an alternator issue. Now, fortunately, I changed this alternator about 3 years ago with an AutoZone rebuilt Duralast or whatever, and they had me in the system, so they saw that yes, it was in fact still under warranty. So what I'm going to do is actually take this one out of the van, and I'll just take it inside the store. I've already made sure they have one, and they'll give me one for free. Seems to be a little bit more happy where it is. So I'll just tighten that back up and go ahead and remove this back one here. Yeah, this one's moving. All right, so yeah, just disconnect that. I'll push it over here. Kind of tuck it under this one here. And then we've got a quick release right here. I'll just squeeze it, pop it right off. Then we've got probably a 10mm. So we got 10mm here on top. And we push this all back out of the way. And then you've got, I think these are either 12 or 14mm. Down here on the side, yeah, they're 14. I know that because I replaced a starter the other day, and they were 14mm. So 14mm. Right down here on the side. And these shouldn't be too tight because, like I said, I've done this before about 3 years ago, I think. I haven't looked exactly at the warranty to see. But basically, let me show y'all what I'm doing. So there's a bolt right here. It's 14mm. And there's a bolt down there on the front, also 14 millimeter. And I believe those are the only two things holding it in there. This one's got a really long bolt right here. This one's a really long bolt because it's actually got a rubber bushing on the back side. But I'll show y'all once I get it out. Whoop. Got my ratchet. Got it. Okay, that's still got a lot of tension on it. Let's see if I can loosen this front one.
Got a problem like that when that was that man that had to take all this shit off just to get to the back.
Yeah, this I'm doing the alternator right now. Yeah, that's the alternator change.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to do all that shit, man.
Alright, so I was wrong. The first bolt I showed you, this real long, is 14, and then this one down here is a 12. Because my 14 is too big. So I was wrong. This front bolt that I showed you first is basically like a tensioner, so you can adjust the belt tension. And as you can see on the left side of the part here, it's got a hole for a 12 millimeter bolt, and when you loosen that, it causes the belt to have slack in it, so you can basically pick it right up off the top of this pulley and put it down. And we'll just have to make sure we get the belt back on there the right way. But then this long bolt here, I've been working on it, getting it out. So once I get it out, I'll be able to pull the whole alternator out. And then I'll go inside and get my new alternator. So there's that long bolt. And so now this alternator will pull out. You have to turn it over, kind of work it out. There you go. So as you can see, this is the top, this is that back bolt that goes all the way through, and then you got the bolt there with the tensioner, and then you got the pulley. So that's it. Stay tuned. So I got my new brand new warranted triple tested alternator here. You can see it looks just like the other one. It's gonna go sit in there just like this. So I'm gonna set y'all up where y'all can see, and we're gonna try to put this bad boy back where it goes. Okay. So we got to kind of work it down in there just a little bit. Not too bad. Okay. Get it down in there. I got to line this this hole up here.
All right, man. I'm gonna step out for lunch.
Good, buddy.
But I told Haywood where your battery is.
Okay.
And I put some terminals on the counter for you.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Appreciate it. All right, so I got it in there. I'm gonna put that back big bolt back in to help stabilize it. Oh, don't drop it. Don't drop it now. Now this front one's got a little deal, so you actually can get it started and then you can slide it. Actually, no, I lied. You can't. You can't. I'm sorry. You gotta get it started like that, and then you can start finger. Just want to make sure you don't cross thread it. Okay. Always like to try to get my stuff started by hand. So I can make sure there's no resistance. Because you don't want to cross thread it. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the belt back up on here. So we'll put it over the big pulley down below first. There we go. Make sure I got it on the front pulley. Okay, there we go. Now it's happy. Okay, so now what I got to do is I have to line up this bolt with the piece that stayed in there. Yeah, I was making a little YouTube video.
Yeah. cranking.
Yeah, it's just a long bolt.
Fine thread. That way it don't come back out.
Alright. That's snug. Let's see if I can put some tension on a little bit more tension on that belt, because I backed this tensioner bolt off more than I really needed to, because I forgot that that's what it was.
That's all right.
Put the extension on there. A little bit longer bolt.
Tools there, man.
Yeah, I think I dropped my 10mm.
Uh-oh.
Socket.
Yeah. I think it's down there somewhere. It's around here somewhere. There. Yeah, so we're just tightening up all the bolts now. I finally got the bolt in down here in the front. You have to line it up just right. And now I'm just tightening the tensioner a little bit. Make sure I have enough tension on on the belt. And then I'll reconnect the quick connect on the front. And
Got it there?
the 10 millimeter here. Oh, and I dropped that too. Man, I'm just dropping everything. Jeez Louise. Fortunately, I have the old one that I saved off the other alternator. So I just put that back on there. Probably when I back the car out, it'll show up. Reconnect that quick connect like so. Grab my other 10 millimeter. Oh, I got my 10 on here. You found it? Oh, then I didn't lose it.
That's good.
I'm sorry. It was on my extension. So just tighten this back up. Already reconnect the quick connect. And then I got to reconnect this hose right here. Slip in on there. Tighten it back up. Then I got to go back inside, get my battery from them because they were kind enough to charge my battery for me. And should be a done deal. So yeah, this bolt here on the front is the tensioner bolt, and it's a real long bolt with a square receiver hole that you have to line up this bolt with the hole on the alternator and that. So it's actually easier if you'll line that up first and put it in before you put this back top 14 millimeter bolt. And then again, if you need to tension it more for the belt, all you got to do is tighten that front belt right there, or that front bolt right there. Okay, we'll go get my battery, put it in, and then we'll start her up, see how she runs.